Blessings. Welcome to today's Law Enforcement Daily Devotional. Today we were reading or finishing up the second half of Psalm 119. And I almost have to put this as my favorite psalm once I finish this. And I get that feeling a lot when I finish just about any one of these books of the Bible. But it's an incredible psalm, and there's a lot of takeaways for law enforcement. So let's get into it. Psalm 119:97. Um, really struck me because I'm the kind of person, and I think a lot of law enforcement people are wired this way. I'm the kind of person that I need to know the rules. I will stay in the rules as long as I know the rules. It's like when I was in high school, and well, even back to junior high when I started playing football. Um, the coaches would tell us these are the sidelines, these are the boundary lines, these are the end zones, and so you had this square, this rectangle, and you knew those were the boundaries, that as long as you're in play you don't go past those lines. And I think and what this psalm speaks to is I want to stay inside the boundaries, but I've got to know what those boundaries are. And to know what those boundaries are, I've got to be in this word daily. There can't be a day I miss, even if it's the morning is extremely busy, but I get just a little window in the afternoon, and maybe I have to pick up my cell phone and look at the Bible app to get the daily read. For me, if I'm not in the Word daily, it doesn't take but a day or two of missing that I start seeing it in my life. My gauge, my spiritual gauge, just like my gas gauge in the car, starts going down, man, and my performance is not well when I'm not filled up. So anyway, that's verse 97. 119:105 is one of my all-time favorite law enforcement verses, and I have used this so many times throughout the years for different Bible studies, and looking at it from different angles. But let me read it to you. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Now, I talk a lot about if you work midnights or evening shift, you understand the importance of that flashlight. I mean, sometimes it's as important to what you're doing and your safety as your weapon is. So, for a Bible verse to say that God's word is a lamp to my feet, I know how important it is to see the path where I'm walking. If I'm walking down a dark alley looking for a suspect and I've never been in this alley before, I don't know what I'm about to trip on, what hole I'm about to fall into. If I'm going to hurt myself or whatnot. But if I've got a lamp to my feet and I can see where I'm going, that's important. But more important than just a lamp to my feet, it says uh, a light to my path. So I'm not just seeing where I'm going, but I got that flashlight and I am able to light up everything in my path to see where the corners are, where the doors are. I can look up, I can look down, but I can see where I'm going. God's word is just like that in my life. As I'm walking through the the day, and somebody comes at me and says something, or this circumstance happens here, or something really upsets me, I've got God's word and the knowledge and understanding of his word up here, that I can see right through what this person's saying, and I know what the truth is. I know what God's truth tells me. When I get this temptation over here, I know the truth of God's word because it is lighting my path, and his word is starting to come alive, and I'm starting to put it into practice and see God's boundaries of where I can go and where I can't go. And I know the rules, I know the precepts, the principles, the commandments, the Beatitudes. I know what God has told me, and I know what God expects of me. So the word is incredibly important. Um, and then in verse 106, the very next verse, and this kind of is going back to Psalm 101. It's such an incredible Bible study. 119:106 talks about an oath, about us giving our oath as Christians. And I pledge allegiance to God in his kingdom, and I am a citizen of his kingdom. I'm an alien while I'm on this earth. I'm kind of like an ambassador for him, that I go around and I try and tell people about the kingdom that I'm from and convince them and of the truth so that they will want to become members of the same godly nation that I'm a member of. But if you're interested in oaths at all, read Psalm 101. It's an incredible oath that I think every police officer should take at least once a year. You know, even if it's just to himself in the middle of a study, flip to 101 and read that oath. And I think we'll get to it eventually. We haven't gotten to it yet, but it is incredible for law enforcement officers. So those are some of today's takeaways that we got a chance to get to. Tomorrow we're in Psalm 122, 124, 133 through 36. So I'll meet you back here again tomorrow and we'll do this again. Be safe.